Hi, hello. My name is Grace. I am a French woman. I am a French black woman. So I was born in France. I was born in France. I've always lived in France. And I'm just making this channel in English because I have a channel in French, where I teach women, especially French women, francophones, how to date the wealthy in France. How to social climb, how to network in France and stuff. So I'm doing this channel in English. So please excuse my English. I'm French, so I'm trying to find my words sometimes. So yeah, please bear with me. Be nice to me. Be kind. But you can correct me also if like my vocabulary is not that good, and I'm going to learn with you. So I have a channel in French where I teach French women and francophones how to the wealthy. I mean, the wealthy, but like also the rich. Because in French we have like aisé. That means like people who have easy access to money, but that doesn't mean that they're the richest or even rich. That doesn't even mean that they're wealthy. We have like the aisé class, the rich and the wealthy. And so I am making this channel in English because I don't know, maybe if you're an expat from like the US or the UK or any English speaking country, and that you're a black woman and you want to date in France, well, this channel is for you. So the first subject that I wanted to talk about today is, do you have a chance, if you're a black woman from the US, do you have a chance with French white men? Because I'm not going to talk to you about black men in France just because they are a lower representation of the French people. Like there's not even 10% of black people in France. Not even 8% or 7%. I think there's only like 3% of black people in France, or even 2%. There's like 68 million people in France, and black people are only 2% of the French population. So I'm not going to talk to you about black men in France, and I don't think it's a good idea if you're a black woman, especially from the US, who want to date in France. I think you might have a better chance at dating other men, especially white men, but not every white man. So do you have a chance? The answer to me is yes, of course you have a chance, but there needs to be a nuance. Why? Because I don't want to frustrate you, or do not take that in the wrong way, but every country has its own stereotypes. Every people have their own stereotypes based on the way you look, based on what is your ethnicity and stuff. And we know, I mean, if you don't know that, then I'm sorry, but you're late. Like, as a black woman, if you don't know that your physical appearance is attached to stereotypes, then I don't know, what are you doing? Like, in what world are you living in? So I think most of you know that black women, we have stereotypes that are attached. Us black women from France, we might have different stereotypes than you guys from the US, but we still have stereotypes attached to us. But I'm going to give you a secret. You might have an advantage over us. And the advantage is that you have one of the most powerful passports of the world. You have the American passport. Like America, like the US, people around the world used to worship the United States, like for at least 30 or even 40 years. I remember when we were in school, they used to teach us that on the world scene, the US are the first nation, or the first world superpower. And I know there is a big decline today, like the US is in debt and stuff, but you still have this image, of being rich and stuff. And people around the world, the human, it's just the human nature. People follow what they think is rich, what they think is glorious and stuff. Of course, a white American person is going to be seen by French people as more attractive and glorious and stuff. But you have this advantage because most of the black women from France are coming directly from Africa. And my ancestors come from Africa directly. I was born here, but like my parents were immigrants, so I'm a daughter of immigrants. And yeah, we're not seen as the same. I don't know if that's true, so let me know in the comments. But someone said one day, a woman who knew someone from the US, she told me that this woman who was an immigrant from Africa and she worked in the US, her colleagues at work used to tease her and say so many dismissive things about Africa, and they saw her like, I don't even know, like there are stereotypes, like they were like thinking that when she was in Africa she was living in huts and stuff, all the wrong stereotypes that white American people have. But in France, of course, they're not going to see you Black American women as people living in huts and stuff, because they know that it's been 300 years or 400 years that you've been living in the US and stuff. They kind of know history. They're better at history than most Americans. Don't get it wrong, please. So they don't necessarily have this mediocre stereotype. The wrong stereotype that they may have about you is that you're like maybe ghetto. That's because white American people put this stereotype on you guys. So, and they put it in the films, the movies, the TV shows and stuff. And your TV shows, guys, Hollywood is going international. So of course French people watch a lot of Hollywood shows and stuff. So they absorb this culture, these stereotypes. They absorb what is shown to them in the TV shows. So that might be the stereotype that they may have against you. But I think there is a way that you can counter this stereotype. Of course, I'm not telling you that you should fight again, you should put your cape on again, and that you should fight to the point of being tired against these stereotypes again and again and again. If people are stupid, if people are not capable of using their neurons, that's not your fault, of course. But if you really want to date some French wealthy men or men like aisé, like the aisé category, then you need to adapt to certain things. First thing that I will say is a lot of Americans, and now it's coming to France too, because like there's a new thing, like a new fast food that's coming in France that is named Tasty Crousty, and it's making people heavy. So there's a problem that's been known in the US since almost forever, is that a lot of people are overweight. And many of Black people are overweight in the US because they're part of the lower, class category. I'm not telling you this like to put you down or something. I'm just looking at the statistics. I'm just looking at sociology in French. Sociology. I don't know. I'm really sorry for my accent. I think it's very bad, but I hope you're understanding and you understand me. And I hope that it's not like heavy on your ears, because otherwise you would click out of this video. So yeah. So I'm just looking at the statistics. That's it. And I'm using some logic here too. So you need to lose weight. And it's not only you Black women from America, even us in France, French Black women are heavy. African black women are heavy. Most of, especially the mamas, like the ones that are older or that are 40 plus in Africa. But usually the young girls, they're thin in Africa. But like the mamas and French black women, they're heavy. We're heavy. We're overweight. I don't know what's our problem, what it is. I think we like to eat and stuff, and of course, how can you not appreciate black people's food? Like, it's so tasty and stuff. But the problem is that we need to have discipline in the way we eat. To be honest, me, I was never really heavy. I was always on the thinner side and stuff. Only when I gave birth to my daughter, I just gained weight. I was like 70 kilos. I don't know how many pounds it is, but it's like 70 kilos. But then I lost weight, and now I'm 66 kilos, but not 66 kilos of of fat. It's 66 kilos of muscle because I did a body recomp and stuff. So ladies, you need to lose weight. Like European people, and especially the French, they don't like fat women. And I think it's not today that you've learned this information. I think you've heard so much from many coaches that you've heard in the US. And I think you were the first people to talk about all the feminine topics, all the femininity stuff. Like I haven't invented it. So I think you know that you need to lose weight. You need to level up your appearance. You need to level up your style. You need to, all right? Yeah. So the quick answer is yes. As a Black American woman, you have your chance in France. But as I said, you cannot be on your worst appearance, your worst version, the worst version of yourself, and hope that you're going to seduce or have a European man. Like, that doesn't work like this. European men are really refined. They love refined things. And there's a difference between the term refined for Americans or for the Europeans, the French. That's not the same thing. Definitely not. And I know that there is a lot of femininity content in the US and stuff. There's so many people teaching you so much valuable stuff. But I'm here to make the difference in a sense of giving you this European point of view, like the real European point of view, because I see that there's especially around the topic of elegance and the way you present yourself and stuff. There's so many people teaching you stuff like, look at this. This is elegant. This is not elegant. This is elegant. This is not elegant. And they're showing you a way of dressing and stuff that is actually not considered elegant in Europe. And I know that some of you, and probably many of you, have tried to seduce European men and French men, and you haven't succeeded. And you're wondering why, because some people told you, because I think that there are some coaches, especially some American coaches that are telling you, as a Black woman, you might have more of a chance with European men than American men. So I'm going to tell you on this channel why. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to give you the real perspective of the European side of things. So I hope that you can understand me, can understand my accent. I'm trying my best. So yeah. So my name is Grace. I'm a 28-year-old woman. So yeah. So I think I have a little bit of experience. Like I have like at least 10 years of being an adult and 10 years of dating, doing mistakes and stuff. So yeah, I can help a lot of you. I'm married now. I'm married to my man, and I have a daughter. I'm a mom. So yeah. Of course, I'm not a 30 plus woman yet. I'm almost 30, and maybe older women are going to say like, well, you're young and stuff, and nah. I'm young, yes, but I'm not like an 18-year-old. So I have at least 10 years of experiencing some stuff, and I haven't finished experiencing, I know, but I have 10 years behind me from experiencing adult life as a woman in Europe, in France. So I think I can give you at least some valuable stuff, some valuable advice. So if you want to know more about this subject, please subscribe and click the notification bell, so that you can be so that you can know when I post a new video. So thank you so much for listening to me until the end, and bye bye.